Hi, my name is Tanhook, and in this part I will be presenting the step that I use to perform a dynamic malware analysis. So we need to make sure that the Windows security real-time protection is turned off. First thing we need to turn on for our tool is also Process Hacker. So we also need to turn on a reg shot and run the first shot right here. And we'll also need to run Process Monitor. And lastly, we'll also need to run Wireshark. Now with all the tools set up, we'll start running the tool and running malware. So we'll commence our Wireshark and our Procmon and go ahead and initiate the malware analysis. So now that the malware is running, if we scroll down on Process Hacker, we will see the malware running within the process. And this malware, since this has been a few analysis runner, they have a tendency to run for a bit and then stop. So we'll give it a bit of time before running the registry shot and everything else to get the full pictures. Now that Process Hacker has confirmed that the malware has finished its work, we will start then commence our registry shot. So we'll run the second shot to commence the analysis. Once the registry shot has computed a second shots, we'll then click on compare to get the differences between the initial shots and the second shots. And as you can see, first thing first, in terms of key deleted, we got about maybe 30,000 keys has been deleted. And if we scroll down all the way to the end, we've got the total amount of change would be around 100,000 change, which is significant changes for registry, which can indicate a potential breach or potential registry modifications. Now that we have had this, we will then go on ahead and save it as a file. We'll just save it onto our desktop. Now with our registry changes file, we can then feed it into AI and we'll use a prompt. So by doing this prompt, the AI will then read this file and tell us which registry change was suspicious. So there's two main changes that alarm me. First of all, a numerous deleted scheduled task, especially for application update and functionality. And this allowed the malware to gain or to be able to exploit the system more without any server update. Also, the malware also do a few modification over our server state. And the two most alarming one was, first of all, our Windows Defenders setting was changed, which raised a significant red flag, and also our Windows Defender firewall being modified as well. Now with Procmon, we can go into the process tree. As you can see, there is a process running underneath it. Now, if you want to filter out all the process and process running underneath it, we'll then click on it first, press include process, as well as including subtree. And what it does is it will only filter the activities that belong to those processes. Now this file is very large, so what are we going to do is we're going to save it as a CSV file, and once we get it, we will use it as a data to fit into our AI that will help us get the information for it. So besides the registry file, we can also feed the log files from our Procmon and type in the prompt to let it extract any suspicious registry changes or file activities. Malware went ahead to perform suspicious process creation. What it does is abuse registered malicious components or services, and often to establish persistent or execute malicious code under the guise of a system process. It also perform registry modifications of notification settings. So this modified registry related to system notifications is definitely suspicious, and also perform user file access. So using a consecutive read file operations, not the standard ways to access these kind of file, making these activities very highly suspicious and unusual. For our internet packets, we'll then first of all go into the capture file property. Within the time that the malware was running, we have captured about 15,000 package within a couple of minutes time. So we will go into our conversations, and if we were to search within our TCP, we will then see that there has been about 10,000 package coming from this IP source to this IP source. So there's a clear indication of a HTTP flood. So then we'll note it and we'll apply this as a filter. As you can see, there is an extended amount of package coming out from this machine to another, which is a good indication or a good indication of compromise, where this machine has been compromised, if sensitive information has been captured and then sent throughout the internet, which is potentially indicated the malware not only will extract sensitive information, but also sending those information to a known attacker through a C2 channel.